Peak game. It's time for my picks for the Eastern Conference first round. And I gotta say, this one's tough because this could go either way. An injury can swing the momentum in the favor of the other team, and the matchups are a problem. There's only one I'm like positive on. I'll get into that. So first off, the Heat versus the Hawks. The Hawks, in my opinion, probably have arguably the best player in that series in Trae Young. Trae Young can facilitate, drop 30 on your head, not afraid of the pressure. But in my opinion, the Heat have the better overall team. For all the injuries they have faced and in and out of the players being in and out of the lineups, they've been able to adjust and they did get the number one seed for a reason. So with that said, and I think the coaching is going to determine this, and the defense. I think the Heat have a more versatile defense. So with that said, and of course the coach, one of the best coaches we've ever seen, and Eric Spoelstra, excuse me. I'll be always messing his name up. I'm going to go the Heat in six. I think they got too much. They got variety on defense. Tyler Hero is six man of the year, and Tyler Hero has been, you have seen him step up in the playoffs. So I mean, granted, I know that was in the bubble, but I'm gonna I'm gonna go with the Heat in six. I would not be surprised if the Hawks win the series, but I'm gonna stick with the Heat in six. So I'm sticking with that. The next series, the Bucks and Bulls. I like the Bulls. I do like the Bulls. I love how DeMar DeRozan has turned his his career around, and the fact that he wasn't in MVP discussions says a lot about the work he's put in, and that you can't see him as an afterthought. However, they facing the Bucks. The Bucks, the Bucks got the best player in the world, in my opinion. The Bucks are big. The Bucks are athletic. They play defense. They can hit threes. Giannis this year has been better than he was last year. I'm sorry. Sorry, Bulls fans. I'm glad you guys made the playoffs. And all the injuries that's happened to the Bulls also, there are a lot of key players out. Like Lonzo Ball won't be in the playoffs because he's out for the year, the rest of the season, which is a shame because he has turned this game around a lot, and it's great to see growth like that, especially with a guy that had so much pressure on him because like some of the stuff his father said. But is a solid player. He facilitates and he can play defense, but he's out. I don't know about Caruso. I haven't checked the injury report, but even all healthy, the Bucks they the defending champs for a reason, and they played this season kind of on cruise control. And they had injuries. They had to make adjustments. There's guys that's willing to step up. Like Giannis, I think he had the most assists per game for his career this year. I think in having six. I think he had six for this season. And honestly, any other year he MVP. But I'm going Bucks in five. Too versatile, too good on defense, solid team. They've been together another year. They won a championship last year, and the fact that they have been getting disrespected, and the fact that the NBA media continuously disrespects Giannis, which is embarrassing in itself. The boys going and no and his teammates play for him too. They play hard for him. So I'm going Bucks in five. I'm gonna give the Bulls one. I think DeMar DeRozan in that game probably dropped 45, but I'd be surprised if it goes six. But even with that, I still got the Bucks. Bucks in five. I'm keeping that in. Now, the Raptors and the 76ers. I'm going Raptors in six. Raptors in six for one reason. I don't trust James Harden. I don't trust him. he has continuously shrank in the playoffs. Um, Hell, he could have probably, if he didn't miss so many threes against the Warriors in that Western Conference Finals, they probably could have played the Cavs. I think the Cavs would have beat them because of the matchups. But I don't trust James Harden in the playoffs, man. There's always something. I mean, the guy does have the most turnovers in a playoff game in NBA history. Um, he has had like maybe he's had a few games he balls out, but I don't trust him. I mean, Embiid, I trust a bit more. You can tell he wants it, and not saying James does or doesn't. I'm not saying that, but whew, I don't trust James Harden, and the Raptors have been very hot. They started off the season. I can't remember what their record was, but they were out of the playoffs, and now they're what, the fifth seed? Yeah, they're the fifth seed. They finished as the fifth seed. And like I said, the Eastern Conference has been tougher than the Western Conference this particular year. So Raptors in 6. Raptors are a solid team, and they got budding top 5, top 10 coach in the league. And I don't trust James Harden. And the Raptors got good team chemistry, going Raptors in 6. And for the last series in the Eastern Conference, this motherfucker is probably the hardest one to pick. I'm going to just say this, and I'll probably talk myself in as I'm doing this. I see this going 7 games. Who I think is going to win, I have no clue. I can see Brooklyn winning. I can see the Celtics winning this series. But man, this is tough. Because the 2 best players is on Brooklyn. But Brooklyn don't play great defense. And I don't trust Steve Nash as a coach. I mean, I've seen him. It seems like he has made some bad lineup decisions at the wrong time. And I know it's 2 young coaches. When I mean young, I don't know their ages, but I mean like as far as like experience, if you will, as a head coach. But I'm scratching my head on this, and I don't know. Like, Robert Williams is not coming back. If Robert Williams was playing in this series, I would probably pick the Celtics in 7 because of the defensive presence he provides. But Brooklyn, you got Kyrie loves getting to the hole. He's what, 6'1", 6'2", one of the best finishers in the game. Kevin Durant Kevin Durant's still improving his game. He's still fine tuning it. Like, he can drop 50 any time, any day he wants, if he wants to. And he's so efficient. Brooklyn's defense, I don't trust their defense. Boston has a great defense. I know they say defense wins championships. I'm going to probably go against conventional wisdom. I'm going to roll with Brooklyn in 7 games. I think there'll probably be 2 games that are blowouts. I think Brooklyn will have 1 blowout win. I think the Celtics will have 1 blowout win. But with that being said, I mean, Marcus Smart's probably going to guard Kyrie. And KD, like, no one can stop KD. The only person that can stop KD is himself. You hear great defenders say, hey, the only thing I can really do to KD is just hope he miss or make it hard for him. But that's nothing I can do. But with that being said, in my opinion, KD you can argue that he's the best player in the world. I'm going to be honest, I got KD number 2. But I'm going Brooklyn to 7, man. I'm going Brooklyn to 7. I think 5 of the games are going to be close. It's going to be 2 blowouts. And I think KD's going to come through, So those are my picks for the Eastern Conference playoffs. First round, I got Heat in 6. Bucks in 5, Raptors in 6, Brooklyn in 7. But that Celtics Nets series can go either way. Bees everybody. Deuces.